Hey everyone, it's Dwayne here. Welcome to another episode of Snapshots from the Summit. 5 minutes of amazing goodness that enable you to unlock the money vault and escape the cage that's keeping you in prison. Whether it's a job or whether that's a business that's not bringing home the bacon, so to speak. And today we're on episode 2 of 4 investment decisions that in all likelihood are probably going to leave you poorer. Okay, so the first episode we talked about was investment in the JOB. So if you haven't listened to that episode, head on back and get the goodness on why a JOB is more than likely going to leave you poor. And today's episode is going to strike right to the heart of the establishment, my friends. And me, as a former banker, right? A former banker, I've got the inside goss on number 2. I mean, this particular myth is proliferated. Regardless of what country you're in, you would have heard that this, my friends, is a good investment. This is where you should put your money, my friends. And yet it is probably one of the, like I said, one of the 4 worst investments you could possibly make. Okay, so that should have you intrigued. And so number 2 investment that's more than likely going to leave you poorer is investment in the stock market. Shock horror. I mean, investment in the stock market. I mean, you've been told that's the best place to put your money. You've been told, like, history, you will get, 10% return on investment over time. Of course you've been told that. I mean, that's been drummed into you that, the stock market, the place to put your retirement funds. Now, especially if you are in middle age, wise in years, or a little bit older, chances are that the last 10 years of your investment into the stock market has been that accumulation phase. I mean, your superannuation, for those of us who are in the southern hemisphere, for my US friends, your 401ks, this is the 10 years where, you should be, your retirement nest egg should be absolutely powering ahead. I mean, it's supposed to be the foundation upon which your retirement is built, right? And sometimes you'd be absolutely 100% like luck, throw the coin in the air if you have been able to catch the tail end of a generational bull market. Unfortunately, for the majority, that has not been the case. I mean, you've handed your money over, your hard-earned doliros, your hard-earned dollars, over to someone that you have no idea whether they have any skill whatsoever. I mean, here's a study. They surveyed the top 100 fund managers in the US, and they said, okay, how many of you actually believe that your performance is in the top 10% of all fund managers, right? So in theory, out of 100, there can only be 10 that are in the top 10%, right? Mathematics and all. Over 75 of them said that they were in the top 10%. I mean, mathematically, that is not possible. Mathematically, that is not possible, and yet they believe that they can do things that they haven't proven that they can do it at all, right? The reality is, if you just invested in an index fund that just tracks the index, like the S&P, the Dow, etc., you'd be far better off than if you had invested with a fund manager, like a managed fund investment scheme. Okay, and the other reality is this: your 401k or your superannuation fund, when you come to retire, it's not going to be there. I mean, Boeing have cut loose their former employees superannuation because there's no money there. I'm not going to get into it. This is a short video, so I can't really get into the details. But the reality is this. If you have your money in the stock market, your likelihood of ever seeing that money again is very, very slim. So I'm going to ask you a question. You know, if we look back to the GFC, the All Ords was down 21.5% over the 8 years, and that's according to Yahoo Finance. Can you afford to lose 1/5 of your money or 8 years of your productive time? I mean, this ties in very nicely with episode 1, where we talk about time and money, right? Can you afford? Like, it's not as if it's never going to happen again. You just look back over time and the amount of crashes we have seen. And with the stock market at an all-time high, very close, I mean, it's just a matter of time before it crashes around your ears and you have your money invested in the stock market. You are in big trouble. I mean, can you afford to lose 1/5 of your money or 8 years of your time at this stage of your life? More importantly, can you afford to persevere with this strategy if you look at your long-term goals? I mean, being able to look after yourself in retirement, okay? The reality is this. Investing outside of the stock market is basically how you build a multi-million-dollar fortune. It's how you create the Great Escape, it's how you unlock the money vault, and it's how you escape the cage. Okay, episode 2 of 4 things that are more than likely to be very poor investments. We talked about the stock market today. The next episode, we will talk about something else that will more than likely make you a lot poorer. Okay, so I'm sure you've got lots of questions about this episode. Okay, this is Dwayne signing off for the team here at Conquer Your Everest. Till next time, I will speak to you again on the next episode of Snapshots from the Summit. Till then, have an amazing day. Bye for now.